Hello, everybody. Chris with Night Living Card Games back again for day number 19 of my Legacy of the Ancestors campaign, and I am getting near the end here. So, starting on day 19, our weather has changed. We are now at glitter rain, but overnight, you barely got any rest last night. The earth twists and shakes constantly now. A feeling of pain, dread, and finality suffuses the air. Somehow you know that if you don't get to the source of this by the end of today, it will end without you. So, that's fun. So, we gotta figure out what's going on. So, on the last day, I did get away to try to contact Now. So, yeah, we'll see what I can accomplish today. I got to figure something out and get back to the cage and potentially do something. So, first things first, let's look at our opening hand. All right. So we got 6 there. So we're going to keep a bold. We're going to keep a ranger badge. We're going to keep Cordo's instinct. I'm going to keep the door opener just for the icons. And I'm going to draw 2 more. 1, 2. Okay. So I got my vaulting rod and my emberling. So I kept the door opener for the icons because if I get a chance to do the little automated gardener guy that came out, maybe I can get a little bit more information on there. All right, so set up at the Arboretum of Memory. Search the path deck for the next floor and put it into play. Let me just check that the text here doesn't have me do anything. I don't think it has me put anything into play, but I will double check that. Let's see if you are to the heart of it, which I am. Nope. Okay. All right, so the next flora? Yep, the next flora. All right, Petrified Colossus again. Okay, so it comes into play exhausted. All right, and it does not exhaust on, or ready up on the ready phase. All right. So, let us. We're going to spend 2 to get our Ranger's badge out. I guess we're going to spend 2. Let's just get the Emberling out right now. Nice thing is that keeps me that illuminated, so if those axolotl attacks come out, they won't ambush me. And do I do that? So I'm thinking about getting the gardener out, the automated gardener out right away. The problem is he readies this, and I need to do this test, which technically is up here, so that would fatigue me a lot. So tell you what, I'm going to try this test first. I'm going to just try 1-to-1. -1, I fail. Okay. Oh, got to flip that over too. All right, 1. Add 1 runoff to this card, and then each ranger suffers a fatigue. Okay, so we'll do that. That is perfectly fine for me. I will exhaust this, spend a spirit to put a charge on here to recover a... Oh, no, I don't have Stout-Hearted Guardian out. Never mind. I'll still do that, but... I think I have to wait 1 more turn. Because I don't really want to suffer the fatigue, but I also don't want to be spinning my wheels forever. So we're going to take the chance for 1 more turn. So we're going to rest. Can't travel, so we're going to ready everything up. Draw a card into Picoto and get a new path card, which is Scavenging Sawtooth. Okay. All right. Problem is, so that's a test is a focus plus a connect. Unfortunately, the only connect I have is Cordo's Instinct in my hand right now. So if I want to use it to go fetch the Guardian, but I think I'm going to just have to chance it. So let's try instead. Let's just try to evade the Scavenging Sawtooth. 2 versus 1. -1, I succeed, so he is exhausted. Put a runoff here, suffer fatigue. Let's try that test. 2 versus 1. -1, I succeed. So my ranger token is here. Blue crest, let me just check here real quick. All tests are all areas are considered illuminated. That's fine. So now we get to read this, which is 1.118. All right, going over this again. You sit cross-legged on the rocks and begin to empty your mind. As you do, you hear Nal's voice echoing in the distance. It's strange, but you can't make out the words she says. But you understand the meaning. She is asking if you are prepared to join her, but at the same time, she is warning that you should be rested and ready. So we choose either perhaps another day, which I don't think we have another day, or now is the time. So we are choosing that. In your mind's eye, you step forward into a dense mist, and after a moment, you emerge on Greenbrier Knoll. While familiar, your surroundings have a shimmering, dreamlike quality to them, and as you look up, you see in place of the sky is a swirling tempest, reaching impossibly upward, though you feel no breeze nor wind. "Fear not," says a familiar voice as Nal steps up to the stone plinth at the center of the knoll. "You are safe here." For a disconcerting moment, you think you also see Nal sitting motionless on the stone, eyes closed, hands on her knees. Nal follows your gaze. "Yes, in the physical world, I am sitting atop Greenbrier Knoll, but I am also here in the land of the spirits. Thanks to the power of this place, I am able to share in this journey with you, so that we might work together to learn what we can from the spirits of the Estians." Let's see. Discard all non-spirit path cards from play, then set aside the current location and its tokens and replace it with Greenbrier Knoll. All right, so discarded, set aside. Locations. Got to go back to the OG box to get Greenbrier Knoll. Okay. Greenbrier Knoll. Let's see. Set aside the path deck and discard and create a new path deck by shuffling together Old Growth, Grasslands, and the Ravine sets. Okay. So we're just going to put these up here, out of the way. All right. Old Growth, Grasslands, Old Growth, Grasslands, and Ravine. And put Spirit Speaker. Now, let me shuffle this up first here. I'm not going to cut away for this one. This should only take me a minute. So this should be interesting to see what happens here. All right, shuffle up the path deck. It doesn't say specifically if I need to do the arrival setup stuff. I'm going to choose to say no because it just said replace the location. It didn't say, or at least so far, it hasn't said anything about Hasn't said anything about doing the arrival setup tasks, so we're going to assume not. All right, so that's that. So I now need to go get Spirit Speaker Null. Tree. There we go. Spirit Speaker Null. There you are. So there's Spirit Speaker Null. She's a 2 presence, 3 harm, 3 per ranger. Progress threshold. It says do not read her. I'll put her along the way. So she is over here. And do not read her entry. Null continues. While you were busy exploring the arcology in the physical world, I was exploring it as well, but on an energetic level. As various places became known to you, they became easier for me to access as well. So when you discovered the heart, I was able to see it clearly in my mind's eye, and much more besides. She closes her eyes and touches her fingers to her forehead. I can see pain and anguish billowing from the heart like black smoke, she says. It's become so accustomed to its despair and anger that it sees them as part of its being, necessary to its survival. If we hope to help it, we must first learn more about it, and who better to ask than the Estians themselves? Together we will seek them out, and learn what we can from them about the heart and its history. You ask how to find the spirits, and Nal gestures towards a path leading away from the knoll. Let the valley guide you, for I have called upon her, and she has agreed to help us. Follow the valley's familiar paths, and they will lead you to these Estians. Your presence in the arcology is key. There are powers at work there that make it difficult to access remotely. To say it another way, I can't do this without you. You must gather Estian spirits, and I will be here to assist you in whatever way I can. Search the general set for the Wanderer spirit, the Mycelial the Gardener spirit, and the Archivist spirit, and shuffle them into the path deck. Okay. If any of these Estian spirits have previously removed from their sets, they can be added to a ranger's hand. Nope. For each spirit, one ranger may search the unlocked reward cards, their ranger's discard, and their fatigue stack for a reward card, a version of the spirit and add it to their hand. Nope, that doesn't matter. And then flip Contact Now over to the Spirit Council side, but don't alter the mission log. All right, so we got some tests there. If you don't complete Spirit Council by the end of the current day, you will need to contact Nile again, so it's a 1 day. Lastly, perform a refresh phase and begin a new round of play with drawing a path card. Okay. So I'm going to assume that my Ranger token comes back here. Real quick, Spirit Council. We have to read a special entry for when they come here. When a being comes into play, add 1 guidance token to it. When it is cleared, scout path cards equal to the number of guidance tokens. At the end of the day, etc., you cannot travel except with 3 Estian spirits in play. When you do, read a guide. Okay. All right. Tell you what, I'm going to pause here and just go get that taken care of and get ourselves going. All right, got them found, got them shuffled in. So now we start a refresh phase. So get our energy back, draw a card. It's Stout-Hearted Guardian, beautiful. Can start getting that out. All right, now start of the round, we draw a path card. Harvester Anthill, obstacle. All right, well. So my turn, we're going to spend 2 to get our Stout-Hearted Guardian out. We will then exhaust. We'll spend an awareness to add a token here. To recover a fatigue, following footsteps, I will then exhaust this to ready up. And then I will do it again, spending again awareness. Cover that, compassionate. That's probably going to be very helpful. Okay, we're going to spend 1. We're going to get the vaulting rod down as well. I don't know if I'm going to have to travel. It certainly sounds like I will, but... Yep. really wish I had that cord. You know what? We are going to try to remember our ranger training. So 1 versus 1. 0, I succeed. So I get to look at the top card of my deck, sketchbook. Ooh, those icons are nice, potentially, but we're gonna put that on the bottom. Nope, following footsteps. All right, yellow sun. Put 1 there, and we fatigue 1. If there was 1 or more progress on this feature, discard it. Discard 1 feature or progress from it and add a harm to it. Nope. Nothing there. Oh, but actually something in the mission did happen. Your guide speaks. Add guidance tokens to null equal to the number of guidance tokens on beings within reach. Well, there are none, so. All right, nothing else for me to do here, so I think we are going to end our turn. Cannot travel, so we refresh. Draw a card. It is a dear friend. Ooh, that could be... Oh, that's a human, though, so we'll have to see if I can do that. All right. Top of the round, we draw a card. Oh, we get the Archivist Spirit. Well, that's handy. Let's see. Are you a human? No, of course not. Dear friend. Would have been nice. All right, I have to read a special entry for all the spirits that come into play. Let's see. Archivist. Before you stands a solitary tree from the Arboretum of Memory, its branches swaying in an imperceptible breeze. At its base, you find the Archivist in the middle of some task as he places his hands upon it and records something on his scroll. The spirit and the tree glow with a pale white light. He regards you for a moment, then returns to his work. If anyone would know precisely what happened to the arcology and its heart, it would be the Archivist. You ask him to follow, and after jotting a few more notes, he tucks his scroll away and walks forward. All right. So that is that. What do I have to do? I have to add a guidance token to it. There's a guidance token. And when a being is cleared, scout path cards equal to the number of guidance tokens on it. Okay. Let's see here. I guess the question is, I'm going to look up here. What I don't know is, can I only do the spirit tests on them? All right, I'm going to pause here real quick. I want to look up the rules and just see if I can figure out if I can only do the spirit speaking tests to try to connect to them, or if I can do normal connect tests. So I will be right back. All right, well, it sure seems that way because the spirit keyword, which these all have, say you can only connect to them through the spirit speaker test. So I'm assuming I'm going to need to do that. So I pulled the spirit speaker test card, and it looks like the main one I want. So it's focus plus connect against their presence, and I get to add 2 progress to a spirit for every effort. Okay, so that's going to be interesting for me since I am... let's see here. Does it say anything about... No. I didn't know if it had any special travel rules on it, but it doesn't look like it does. Okay. All right, so it is my turn. Let's start by exhausting. We'll spend... we will spend an awareness. We'll put it on that, and we'll recover a fatigue, which is my other ranger badge. Okay. All right, well, let's try compassionate plus focus. So I am a 3 versus a 2. +1, I succeed with a total effort of 4. which means I get to add 8 progress to it. So that's going to be more than enough to clear this out. So let's put that there. So what happens when I clear? When you clear. As you continue on your journey, you ask your new traveling companion what they can tell you about the arcology and its heart. The spirit listens to you patiently, then gives you a lengthy response in Estian that you can't make sense of. While you don't understand their words, the sentiment is clear. They will share what they know once all are gathered and not a moment before. Discard all progress from them, they remain in play. Okay. So then this says when a being is cleared, scout path cards equal to the number of guidance tokens on it. So I get to scout 1 card. It is not a spirit, so we're going to just put that on the bottom. Let's see here. No, that's not going to help me. All right, so they remain in play, but they're not doing much of anything here. All right, now I got to do my test, I suppose. So blue, everything is illuminated. Okay, here, if there's a being within reach, there is. Move that being to along the way and double its guidance tokens. Well, unfortunately, there are no guidance tokens on it. And then here, if there is an active hungry scroff, there is not. All right. What to do here, what to do here. I guess we're going to have the Emberling, we're going to ask the Emberling to go check out that Harvester Anthill. Oh, that's not a challenge card. This is 0. So I succeed. 3 versus 2. So it's going to go check out this anthill. Blue Mountain, everything is illuminated there. Nothing. Move 1 progress from the location to an active feature. Nothing there, and there again. There's now no beings within reach of me, so. Just in case, I am going to try to travel here. So I'm going to do a bold and 2 fitness because these are all friendly, so they don't fatigue me. And currently this is a presence of 0, so no fatigue there. So I am a 4 versus a 1. 0, I succeed, so I get 4 progress on it. Right, red crest. Nothing here. It says scout 1 challenge card. If it has the red crest icon, suffer 2 fatigue. So let's scout it. It does have the red crest, so I suffer 2 fatigue. Now I can choose to leave it or not as I see fit. I could put it on the top or bottom. So I guess the question is, what tests am I going to be doing? I'm going to leave it there just in case if by some miracle I draw another spirit, I know I've got a 0 there. So I'm going to hold off on it. All right. So that was that. Nothing on the mission. Down here, nothing here. If there's an active predator, there is not. Nothing there. So that's it. So I have enough to travel. However, I cannot travel until all 3. I think that's what it said. You cannot travel except with all 3 Estian spirits in play. So I think the goal is going to be to get the 3 spirits out and then travel, I guess. All right, so I'm going to use my ranger badge to ready up. I will then ranger badge to Put a token on here by spending an awareness, which heals me a... Oh, beautiful. Cordo's Instinct. That is awesome. All right, I am done, so I'm going to rest. I cannot travel. So in the refresh phase, my Emberling does put 2 damage on the anthill, which means it is now a presence 2. And then we ready everything up. This, draw a card, another bold. All right, top of the round, what do we get? We get an antelope. Okay, well, first things first, we're going to exhaust ourselves and spend a fitness energy to put, let's put it on the vaulting rod and heal a fatigue quiet. Okay. I am now going to spend 2 awareness for Cordo's Instinct. Let's go get a spirit. Oh, I wish I had the other one. All right, there's the Wandering Spirit. Okay, where's my other one? There it is, Guardian Spirit. Okay, so they are both 2 presence, 4 progress per. So the question is, which one do I want to put on top? Let us... Let's put the Wandering Spirit on top, and we'll shuffle the Gardener's Spirit in. Whew, this is gonna be tricky, folks. I mean, if today is my last day, then so the Wandering Spirit is on top. All right. Well, it is what it is. We are going to spend 2 to get Pakoto the ferret out. And the important thing is I am not going to take any tests because I know what I'm getting there. So I need just to go into this thing with a 2. So 1 heart icon and 1 focus. That'll get me 2. And that'll get me progress equal. That'll get me 4 progress, so I'll be able to clear it. So I am going to choose to end my turn. Right. On refresh. This does another 2 damage. Which now... Oh, I'm going to choose. I cannot travel, so that defeats that. And the Emberling hangs out there. Now we ready everything. Draw a card into a Gauze Blade. On top of the next round, we draw another card. Hey, look, it is the Wandering Spirit. So he comes in with 1 guidance on him. All right, so what does the Wandering Spirit say? The way this faceless spirit strides purposefully forward before briefly pausing to study his surroundings is unmistakable to you. You recognize him as the Wanderer, the spirit who roams the halls of the arcology ceaselessly. In this dreaming place, he looks like he could be just as alive as you, though his face remains hidden. You feel that the Wanderer of all spirits has the greatest understanding of the arcology. If part or all of this place is alive, he will understand it as few others. You ask him to follow, and he bows as if to say, "Of course." All right. So here's what we are going to do. We're going to spend 2 to get quiet out. We are now going to use quiet to get this gazelle out of here. So does 3 damage to the gazelle, which is enough to chase it off, and he takes 1 in return. So that way I don't have to deal with fatigue while going up there. Okay, so now I am going to do this focus test. I'm going to use a dear friend and a focus. I am a 2 versus a 2 versus a 2, or is it? What is the test? No. Oh no, here we go. 2 versus 2. Yes. All right. So hey, look, I succeed with an effort of 2. So that is 4 progress on him, which clears him. Let me... And then if you clear, same thing. They just won't talk to me until all 3 are there. So we move this. We remove this, but we get to scout 1 card. It is not a spirit, so we're going to put it on the bottom. All right, now we got to do the Red Crest challenge effects. So nothing here. I have to scout a path card. It is a yellow sun. So I do not have to suffer 2 fatigue, but it is a -1 focus. I don't know how much I care about that at the moment. Yeah, we'll put it on the... Am I doing any other tests this turn? Let me just see. Yeah, we'll put it on the bottom. Oh, man. So nothing in the mission, and there's no active predator, so that doesn't happen. Oh, man, I really need that other Cordo's instinct. Dang it. Well, I got nothing to do other than just keep going. So let's try to connect with Pakoto. 3 versus 1. +1, so I succeed with 4 progress there. Red Crest. The only thing here is it is not a Red Crest. I'll leave it there because I got to shuffle, so it doesn't matter. Nothing else triggers from Red Crest, so that is that. Right about now, I really wish I had Riri the Sparrowhawk in my deck. That would be super useful. I suppose let me take a look at the Spirit Speaker test. Maybe there's a way to scout path cards in there. Probably not, but let's find out. Dodge spirits, soothe fatigue equal to the number of spirits. Don't care about that. Add progress to a spirit. Oh, awareness plus travel to scout path cards equal to the number of spirits along the way +1. Alrighty. Yeah, let's do that. So that's just a flat test, so I don't get anything better if I succeed by a lot. So we'll just do 2 versus 1. 0, I succeed, so I get to... There's 1 spirit along the way. Let me just make sure that Nal didn't gain the spirit. I just want to double check. All beings except Nal gain the spirit trait. Oh. So all those... Okay. Well, I'm not sure then if I was able to chase him off with quiet, so that might have been a mistake on my part. But that also means that my beings are spirits as well. So this Emberling is a being. Okay. So that means I get to scout. There's 2 spirits plus 1, so 3 cards. So what do we got here? Cloud High Swarm? Nope. Bloodbeck and Velox? Nope. And Dolewood Canopy? Nope. All right. So that is great to know. So really, Pakoto is doing me nothing at the moment because I can't do his thing to add progress to. Well, actually, can I? Because that is not connecting to them. You cannot interact with cards with any common tests. Oh no, so my... Okay. Yeah, so actually, so Quiet would have been able to do that and Pakoda would work because it's not a test. So, alright. That's good to know. Alright, so I have no energy left, so I am going to rest. I cannot travel, so we're on refresh. Okay, draw a card. It is a Lambin's Rig. Draw a path card. It is, the Whispering Fields. Okay. That's a problem. So, it goes along the way. It's got a presence of X, where X is equal to twice the number of face-down cards attached to this feature. And then there's awareness. Anytime you draw a path card, it comes under here, face down, and then you have to do an awareness test to flip it over. Oh, that's not great. That's bad. And then we take 1, and it said to draw 1, put it underneath. Okay. So, currently its presence value is X. And it doesn't have a progress threshold, so I can't just try to traverse it. However, what I can do, first things first, I gotta make sure that, all right, first things first, we are going to tell our Emberling to go check out the Whispering Fields. So that is going to fatigue me 1 because that is currently a 1. So 3 versus 2. I succeed. So the Emberling's going to say, hey, what's going on with this Whispering Fields? That looks pretty neat. All right, Blue Mountain. So everything is considered illuminated. Remove 1 progress from the location to an active feature. Ugh. Well, that's annoying. Even though it doesn't have a progress threshold, it can still take progress. Let's see here. Actually, I suppose I needed to do this one first. If there's a being within reach, there is, it leads the way. Move the being to along the way and double its guidance tokens. Okay, well. All right, that's going to help for scouting because now that means I got 3 right there. Okay, and then nothing else. Oh, I guess this guy would have triggered 2. This being loses friendly until the end of next term because the spirit seems to be confused and frustrated. Okay, well, don't want to go past that. All right, well, let's try this because I got to check to see if that's the spirit because that would suck. All right, so unfortunately that means I won't be able to scout this turn. Oh, man. So I think what I'm going to do is instead of that, I'm going to do the spirit speaker test. So I'm going to do the awareness plus, you know, I want to guarantee that I can do this. So 4. So 4 versus 1. And because I'm doing a test myself, I'm not going anywhere here. So 4 versus 1. 0. I succeed. So I get to scout path cards equal to the number of spirits along the way plus 1. So 1, 2, 3. Plus 1 is 4. So let's look at 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Nope, 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 nope. All right. We will put them all on the bottom. Actually, no. We are not going to put them all on the bottom. We are going to put one on the top. We're going to put the Nyctabats on top. The reason being, that means I know what's going underneath there next turn. And I know it won't be the spirit. Okay. Well, shoot. Oh, I gotta do that. So, blue. It's illuminated. I lose another progress here. Shoot. Stinking spirit. If there is a being within reach, which there is, I'll move quiet along the way. Quiet has 1 on him. That wandering spirit is really starting to annoy me. Okay, I'm gonna just end my turn because I need awareness energy. That's the big thing. Oh, actually, I suppose I will do this. Spend a fitness. Do that. It's another copy of quiet. And now I will end my turn on refresh. The Emberling burns the Whispering Fields for 2. We ready everything up. And now we draw another path card, but that goes underneath you. All right, my turn. So I have to do this awareness test. Yeah, we're going to commit Lambent's Rig because I want to guarantee that I'm going to do it. So 2 awareness and a Lambent's Rig. Plus 1, so I succeed, so I can look at both of these, and I have to put 1 into play. Oh, it was the Guardian Spirit. Whew. All right. Now, my Emberling, now you can burn it to the ground. Blue Mountain. That for crying out loud, blue. Oh, this guy comes in with a guidance on him. Active feature. You are no longer friendly, and that. So now all my progress went over to the field. Thank you so much, Archivist. So helpful to me. Blue. Move this being to another area with a flora. Now, Whispering Trails is a flora, so. All right. So, I just need to get you, and then I need to travel. So I think I only have 1 heart, so I need 2 to guarantee that I succeed at it, which I don't necessarily. I don't like that idea. Oh, actually, I just realized I was not able to put progress on Pakoto because he's a spirit, and so I would only be able to do the spirit on him, not the regular connect test. So I think I hold off another turn and hope that I draw an icon. So what I will do is I am going to remember my ranger training, and you know what? Let's do that. So 3 versus a 1. +1, so I succeed, so I can look at 4 cards. Kodo, Expedition Logbook, another Emberling, and Deliberate. So I guess I'm going to put all the rest on the bottom and the Emberling on top, because at least it's got a connect icon, and draw a card. All right, now Red Crest. Nothing here. Scout a challenge card. It has a red crest. So, all right, so that is a -1 on focus there. So that means I would need to get up to 3, but I do. I can get up to 3. So we're going to leave it there. Red Crest, there's not an Act Predator. Nothing else is Red Crest related. So we're going to do this. Spend that to get on here to recover Stout-Hearted Guardian. We will then exhaust it. Do that. Ready up. Do it again. Give me more icons. Nope. Okay. Okay. All right. I am going to end my turn. So I'm going to rest. Can't travel now because I don't have the progress. So on refresh, we do another 2 damage here. Ready everything up. Put the energy back. Draw a card. Now draw a path card. It is Hanging Cherry Moss. Okay, that's good. It's a 0 presence, so that's useful. All right. I'm going to do the Spirit Speaker Commune test. So focus +2 hearts. So I am a 3 versus a 2. -1, I succeed. Oh, actually, this was supposed to go underneath this guy. That's right. So I succeed. So this, I get to scout 1 card. It is a Hungry Scroff. We'll put him on the bottom, sure. Okay, before I do the Red Crest Challenge effect, I am going to read what happens when I have cleared all 3 with progress. Okay. Oh, no, actually, when I get all 3... Oh, no, when I get all 3 and travel, then I can... Then I read that. So I've got all 3 in play, so I can travel as soon as I have enough progress to do so. So that is now a presence 2. So I have a choice. I can wait. Oh, and I do get to scout 1 card in the path deck. There's a Cloud Hive. Only a progress of 1. So yeah, I can deal with 1 fatigue. Because if I wait till after this turn, then that'll burn away. And then next turn, I can do that. Okay, so let me do I'll leave that on top. Let me do this. It is not. It is a +1, so I know that. Perfect. I will keep that where it's at. I am going to end my turn. I am going to rest. I cannot travel, so on refresh, this goes up to 6, which takes care of it and discards all these cards. Okay, draw a card. Another Kassendi technique. So I have both my Gauze Blades and both my Kassendi techniques. Not that that's going to help me at all in the spirit world. So we draw a new card. It is a Cloud Hive, which we know. Get those all together. All right. So, my turn. I am going to choose to travel. I only need 2, so I'm not going to commit any cards. I'm just going to spend 2. It is a +1, so I succeed with a total of 3 progress, which gets me up to 4. Yellow sun. I suffer a fatigue. Add 1 there. All right, let me look at the spirits. Discard 1 harm from an active floor. There aren't any. Nothing there. Move 1 progress from the location to an active being. That's okay. I have enough on it. I should have looked at that beforehand, honestly. We'll put it on Pakoto. And then this is, if there are no Cloud High Swarms in play, go get 1. Sure, I don't care. I mean, I gotta shuffle the deck afterwards, so... Cloud High Swarm. Okay. I now end my turn. And I choose to travel. I guess, I mean... Where am I? I guess I will choose to travel to Spire? Although the Ziggurats is where that happens, so, That is a tough choice here. Let's go to Spire, because, well, no, let's go to the Ziggurats, because that's where it happened. We're in the spirit world. I should just need to wake up, and then I'll be back in the arcology. So we'll be in the Ziggurats. Okay, so we are traveling with the 3 spirits in play. So I read 1.120. Oh, I did forget to... Oh, did I forget to read? Yeah, I did actually forget to read, what was it? The Gardener Spirit when he came into play. So let me do that real quick. At first, you don't recognize the slender woman who crouches by the trail. Then you see a patch of mushrooms she is tending. In this dreaming place, the gardener is whole once more and looks no more or less living than you do. With her knowledge of the mycelial network that exists within the arcology, the gardener knows not only a great deal about biology, but also about the link between biology and emotion. You ask her to follow you, and the gardener straightens and falls into step behind you, still cradling a tiny fungal cap that glows a crackling pink. Okay, so... Did that. Got all those. So, 120. As the 3rd spirit joins you, you walk around the next bend of the trail and suddenly find yourself standing atop Greenbrier Knoll once more. The sky has cleared during your journey, and where once was a tempest, now stars burn. Let me make sure. Am I reading the right one? Oh, no. Oh, yeah, that's right. The sky has cleared during your journey, and where once was a tempest, now stars burn in the firmament with an almost painful intensity, each a different color that somehow you know is entirely unique. Nal is there, and she gestures for everyone to join her in a circle. You and the spirits take a seat, and it is not long before they begin to speak once again. This time, however, their ancient dialect seems to blend and harmonize. Nal begins to hum low and resonant, and somehow the hum clarifies their voices as the words take shape. After a moment, you realize you can now understand exactly what they are saying. They wish to know about the heart, the Wanderer says to the archivist. You say that you do indeed, and ask them why there is a living heart at the center of the arcology. At this, the 3 spirits laugh. The heart is alive because the body inhabits it is alive, says the gardener. How could it be otherwise? You ask her what she's referring to. Why, the vista, of course, says the archivist. That's that which you call the arcology. Know that many arcologies were built long ago, but Vista was the greatest of them all. Vista is the body, and the heart pumps its blood. Nonplussed by their response, you ask the spirits if they can tell you why the heart is malfunctioning. We absorb the traumas that befall us, says the Wanderers. Vista, the heart, they are no different. The flood was a trauma to us all, and while most of us were fortunate enough to perish when it came, the heart lived on, left alone to grapple with the death, the destruction, and the loss, then being left alone in the darkened chamber for centuries. Its beating slowed as it slept to hide from its grief. Then power surged through it once more. In a moment it was jolted awake, and in that moment it recalled its 1,000 years of grief, anger, and despair. It was too much for it to bear. It wishes only to forget, to sleep. Soothe the heart, the gardener says. Heal its trauma. Only by bringing its peace will the people of the valley be safe. Nowell's song fades, and so do the spirits. The tableau of Greenbrier Knoll begins to unravel as your physical surroundings nibble at the edges of the horizon. But even as the voices fade, you hear the archivist, as if he was speaking directly into your mind. Be warned, he says. Just as your mind and body are linked, so it is with the heart. If you wish the heart to live on, you must heal its physical ailments in addition to its emotional ones. You must be workers of flesh as well as the spirit. His voice fades to a whisper, and your eyes open in the waking world. Complete the Contact Now mission and return Spirit Council to the collection. Record Consulted the Spirits in your campaign tracker. Let me do that. Notable event. Consulted the Spirit Council. Return the path deck and discard all ranger paths. Return the path deck and discard the location and all non-ranger path cards in play with the collection along with any spirit reward cards you had searched for. Then place the set-aside location and path deck and discard back into play. Finally, perform a refresh phase and begin a new round of play. If you were at the cage, we are not. Otherwise, read, return to the cage to heal the heart's trauma so that it may be at peace. If you want to live, however, you will also need to heal it physically as well. Or if you want it to live. Okay, so. All right, well, let me get that all set up. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Got everybody put away. We wake up at the Arboretum Memory. We got to get back to the cage. So we got to quickly try to get through Talpid Square and down. And I have 4 cards left. So this is going to go well for me, I think. All right, so it said to do a refresh phase. So all the cards come back. Draw a card. Still sketchbook. And now we start a new round. Oh, good. We got a flooded chamber with a presence of 3. That's exactly what I need to get out of this place. Okay. So I need to waste a turn to get there. Oh, man. Are you a feature? You are a feature. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do on my turn. We're going to connect with Pakoto. Oh, wait. Nope, that won't do me any good. I just need to get my ranger token there. Shoot, shoot, shoot. The problem is I only have that for icons to help me with. And it is a water feature, so I can't even attach the Emberling to it. Ugh. Each predator and prey with no progress gains persistent. Okay. Oh, man. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it there. Well, it's the last day anyway. Even if I make it there, I'm not going to be able to, I'm not going to be able to, whatchamadoodle. Fix the heart, probably. All right, well, first things first. Let's do this. Let's spend a... let's spend a focus. I'm not going to be doing anything there. Put a charge there. Draw a card. Any icons? Hey, it's got an icon. Okay. That's something at least. All right, let's use the logbook and 2 fitness to try to do that. So 3 versus a 2. +1, didn't need to commit anything, so my ranger token moves to it. Doop. And then that clears immediately because all the ranger tokens are on it. Yellow sun. Okay, so that, we fatigue 1. Perfect. That's what I need. And that now flips over. Nothing else with a challenge effect, so let us no, hoping it might have a flora trait, so I could have used that, but oh well. Okay, yeah, I spend an energy, ready up, spend an awareness, put it back, draw a card. Okay, well, that'll give me more icons to try to get out of here. What is this test? Spirit plus that 2. That I can go and get stuff out of there where I don't need to do that right now. So we will end our turn. Cannot travel, so we will refresh. Draw a card. Kodo, I have 1 card left in my deck. So the most I can do is get out of here before the day ends. Okay, so my turn. Heap detritus. It is an obstacle, which is actually fine with me. All right, my turn. Let's exhaust this to do the obstacle. We are going to try to travel here. So we are a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and because I have more than 6 cards, 6 or more cards in my hand, that gains an icon. So that is 6. 6 versus 2. 0. I succeed. Red Crest challenge effect is nothing on the table. So I am going to choose to end my turn, and I am going to travel. So I'm going to have 1 shot. I'm going to have, which... yeah. We'll see how that... I don't see any way that this is gonna work, but we're gonna do it. So we're gonna travel to a Talpid Squeeze. So I'll be right back after I get that set up. All right, I got Talpid Squeeze set up here. So very, very difficult to get here. Since I didn't travel from the cage, the passage to the cage is blocked by an overgrown passage. That I can use repellent spores on, but we'll see. And then the lead ranger, on arrival, draws a path card. It is a flooded chamber. Okay, that effectively means that I am done. I can't get here. But then on top of it, this also has debris on it, and I can't travel out as long as there are debris here. So, yeah. All right, that was the travel phase. Now we're on the refresh phase. Draw a card. It is my expedition, my second expedition logbook. Top of the round. There is zero way I can get out of here. Flooded chamber. I need a fitness to get there. And then I still need fitness to get here. Then I need focus to clear the debris off. And then I would still need to travel 2 versus 3. So, do I have any path? I do have a little bit of a path. It is unlikely to succeed, but we're going to spend 1. We're going to kick out our vaulting rod to put our sketchbook down. Sketchbook comes in with 2 sketches. We are now going to try to sketch Pekoto the ferret. Two versus 1. That's a +1, so I succeed. So I get to add a sketch. Sketch is equal to its presence, so that's a 1. So I'm up to 3. Red crest. Nothing, nothing. No missions. Nothing, nothing, nothing here. Each ranger who's on that suffers a fatigue. Okay. I'm not there. So I'm now going to exhaust this. Spend 3 sketches to exhaust the flooded chamber. I am going to exhaust the spores. Spend 1. 1 focus to try to do a traverse test on this. So I am a 3 versus a 0. I have no other icons to use. So I need to pull a +1, which that was this. I need to pull a +1. Then I got tons of those icons to be able to clear off the debris, so I'm not worried about that. However, then I would need to pull 2 +1 fitness in a row to make this happen. So I'm not thinking I'm gonna make it tonight. But let's see what happens. All right, so 3 versus 0 on this guy. 0, and that means I don't make it. Blue Mountain. If there's at least 1 debris on this location, discard all progress from an active feature. There you go. Doop. And we discarded debris. Nothing else is up. It don't matter no more, folks. So what I should have done is I should have cleared the debris first. I'm going to cheat. I should have known better. I should have done that first because of that test. And so I needed to guarantee so it is for every 2 effort. So since there's 2 debris, I needed to guarantee that I had a 4 effort. So that is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. I'm not going to redraw the card. That would have cleared all the debris. And then the Blue Mountain challenge effects would not have triggered. Yeah, I know I'm cheating, but I know there's no way I'm pulling 2 +1 fitnesses this turn, so whatever. Let's roll the dice. So now let's see. Now we'll try that. We'll do a +1 fitness. Let's see, do I get it? Oh, I did actually get it somehow. So that clears. All right, red crest. There's nothing with a red crest, so I can travel on here. All right. So I have what, like a 2% chance, and just in case it happens, I will shuffle up here. So I've gotten lucky on occasion with some pulls on this or the path deck. I want to make sure that if it happens, I'll put that one on top. No, I won't do that. So nobody can be concerned that I stack the deck to try to make it happen. So, all right. That is that. All right, last action. I'm going to try to traverse here with 1, 2 effort. 2 to 3. Or 2 to 2. I need a plus, and I need 3 progress to get out of here. 0. I succeed with 2 progress. Blue Mountain, nothing here. There's not a debris on there. Nothing, 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 nothing. And that's it. I am out of tricks. Spirit energy does me nothing. And I have a whole bunch of conflict icons in my hand which don't do anything. So my day is done. I choose to rest. I do not have enough progress to travel, so I choose to refresh. I have no cards, so my day is done. All right, well, I almost got to the cave. Almost. What's the next card? No. 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 Oh, there we go. I only would have had to done like 5 tests first. Oh, if only I could have scouted a path card or a challenge card. Oh well. Well, that's it. So I guess we'll see what happens on day 20 without me fixing the cage, and how this campaign ends. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Do appreciate it. I will be back soon for day 20, which I guess is likely to be my last day on this campaign. But we shall see what we shall find. So I hope everybody has a good evening, and I will be back again soon.